Hello dear students, welcome back to the next video lecture series of the subject network analysis. In this video lecture number 7 we are going to study more examples of nodal and mesh analysis, and apart from these examples we are going to study current division rule and voltage division rule. The contents of the video is current division rule in two or more parallel paths, voltage division rule in series path, and few more solved examples of nodal and mesh analysis. This topic will be continued from the previous one. I have included very conceptual and very important examples, solved examples of nodal and mesh analysis. So let us start the first topic of this video lecture series, that is current division rule in two or more parallel paths. Dear students, first we will have this concept for two parallel paths. After this we will generalize for more number of parallel paths. This is your two parallel path, the resistor value R1 and R2. This is your total current IT. This IT is entering at point A. You can see at point A. From this point A, from this node, from this point A, it is being divided as per the value of resistance of path AR, B and AR, B via R1 and via R2 respectively. Through the resistor R1 it is I1, through the resistor R2 it is I2. Depending upon the value of R1 and R2, I1 and I2 will be different. The formula is the value of I1. I1 is flowing in resistance R1. This is your I1. So I1 is equal to total current into the resistance of the neighboring branch. The resistance of the neighboring branch, which is the neighboring branch of this R1. The neighboring branch of this R1 is your R2. So write R2 upon the total current of these two parallel path. R1 plus R2 is the total current resistance value. If we have known this value I1, we can calculate the value I2 from subtracting the value of I1 from total current IT, like this. Similarly, we can have I2. Let's have a fresh look of I2. I2 is current flowing in resistance value R2. I2 is current flowing in resistance value R2. So write I2 is equal to total current IT into the resistance value of the neighboring branch. Which is the neighboring branch? This is R2 and this is your neighboring resistance branch value. Neighboring branch resistance value R1. And this is your total resistance of these two parallel paths, R1 plus R2. Once I2 is known, you can have I1 by subtracting I2 from IT. I total, like this. Now Let us go for generalized concept for current division rule. Generalized means we can have any number of parallel path. It is not limited to the two parallel paths. It will be true for three parallel paths, 4 up to n parallel paths. This is your Rn. Total number of resistance connected in parallel is n, and we are interested to find out any of the branch current value. This is your R equivalent. From this we are having R equivalent. This is your R1, this is your R2, this is your R3. Likewise, dot dot dot. This is your nth order of nth number of resistance, not nth order, nth number of resistance value. And we are interested to find any of the branch current, any of the current passing through resistance in between from R1 to Rn. The formula is Ix is equal to I total, this is your I total, into R equivalent upon Rx. This holds good for any number of parallel paths. We can have this for when Rn is equal to 2, when the number of parallel path is 2 also. This is, I am calling it master formula. This is a master formula. Let us have the abbreviations meaning here. Ix is current in branch X, Rx is resistor in branch X, and R equivalent is equal to equivalent resistance of the parallel branches. I am repeating it once again. R equivalent is equal to equivalent resistance of the parallel branches. So this is very easy. Let us move towards next concept of this video lecture, that is voltage division rule in series path. This is a circuit diagram given to you. This is your voltage value. This path is having two resistance R1 and R2, and this is your current value I. Across R1 there is voltage drop V1. Across R2 there is voltage drop V2. I have shown in the diagram. So we can very easily write E is equal to V1 plus V2 from the KVL. E is equal to V1 plus V2 from the KVL along the closed path. Also, the voltage value across individual resistance, V1 is equal to R1I, V2 is equal to R2I. Also, the total current of the circuit, or the circuit current I is equal to, can be written as I is equal to V upon R1 plus R2. V is your E here, total voltage. So it can be written as V1 is equal to E into R1 upon R1 plus R2. V2 is equal to E into R2 upon R1 plus R2. The same equation can be written as V1 upon R1. V1 upon R1. I am cross multiplying this. V1 upon R1 is equal to E upon R1 plus R2. This is a ratio. Similarly, V2 upon R2 is equal to E upon R1 plus R2. Let us move towards our examples on mesh analysis. This is your Solve example number 1. The circuit diagram is given to you. And the question is, using mesh analysis, find power by dependent voltage source. Find power by dependent voltage source. Where is dependent voltage source? The dependent voltage source is here. This is your dependent current source. The question is asked from the voltage source. Let us assume mesh currents as I1, I2, I3 as depicted in the circuit diagram. You can see this is your I1, this is your I2, this is your I3 in loop number 1, 2, 3 respectively. From the figure A, which is indicating that I2 which is flowing in this direction, I2 which is flowing like this, so I2 will be equal to this current value. Yes or no? Yes. We have studied this in previous lectures. And I3 will be equal to this is your current value, no? This is also your current value. It is dependent also. It is dependent, but still it is a current value. So I3 will be equal to the value given 0.01 volt 1 V1, and where V1 is defined here. So we'll operate this in upcoming steps. KVL in loop 1. KVL in loop 1, that is 50 I1 plus 30 into I1 plus I3 plus 20 I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. Now substituting from equation number 1, where is equation number 1? This is your equation number 1. The value I2 is equal to 5 ampere and I3 is equal to 0.01 V1. This is your equation number 1. This has been utilized here in the KVL equation of loop number 1. It is coming 100 I1 plus 0.3 V1 is equal to 100. Call it equation number 2. Now KVL in loop number 2. Minus V1 plus 20 I2 minus I1 plus 0.4 V1 is equal to 0. Next, V1 is equal to 20 I2 minus 20 I1 plus 0.4 V1. As we know, I2 is equal to 5 ampere. Put this value as indicated here. It will be 20 I1 plus 0.6 V1 is equal to 100. Call it equation number 3. By solving equation number 2 and 3, we have I1 is equal to 0.56 ampere and V1 is equal to 148.15 volt. 148.15 volt. Now we know that we have studied this in previous lectures. Power supplied by dependent voltage source is equal to voltage source value into current through the particular source or current through the voltage source. Now we know that current through the dependent voltage source is I2 plus I3. Let us have a quick look on the diagram. Let's just see this. At this voltage value, current I2 and current I3 is being added up, and both these current I2 and I3 are entering at plus terminal. Just see this, plus terminal. So coming back to that step, current through the dependent voltage source equal to I2 plus I3. The value of I2 is 5 plus I3 is 0.01 into V1, and the value of V1 is 148.15. It is coming 6.48 ampere. Now this much of current, this is the combination of I2 and I3 is entering at plus terminal. See this, plus terminal. So this is what kind of case? This is absorbing. The source is absorbing power instead of supplying. This voltage source, which is dependent voltage source, is absorbing power instead of supplying. So power absorbed by the source is equal to 6.48 into 0.4 V1. Put the value of V1, which is 148.15, multiply 6.48 into 0.4 into 148.15. It is coming 384.00 something. So write 384 watt. This is your required solution. This was actually asked. Let us move towards the next solved examples, which is also very interesting. This is an solved example on nodal analysis. Using nodal analysis, find value of K such that Vy is equal to 0. Dear students, just keep this in mind. This value is given to you. Vy is equal to 0. Why I am saying so? This is given to you because meanwhile solving this example or numerical example, you will ask me, sir, why the value of Vy is equal to 0 is here. So just remember, you do not have to spend so much of time by thinking why Vi is equal to 0. It is a condition has been given to you, and just apply this condition given to you by the examiner or the board or the question paper in your solution. Now the solution goes like this. Write down KCL at node 1. I have given you, dear students, I have given you how to find node. Okay, and in this diagram I have also indicated node number 1. This is node number 1, this is node number 2, this is your reference node. There is no problem. Okay, there is no problem at all. This has been discussed to you in my previous video lectures. Now writing KCL at node 1. This is your node 1, this is your node 1. We'll assume what? We'll assume the voltage of node 1 is higher with respect to all. So current will start flowing here only. So it will be a dominating voltage as per polarity is concerned. So it is Vx minus 6 divided by 1 plus Vx by 4, Vx minus 0 by 4. So it is Vx by 4 plus Vx minus Vy divided by 2 is equal to 0. On rearranging and solving above equation, it is coming 1.75 Vx minus 0.5 Vy is equal to 6. Call it equation number 1. Now just remember this has been given to you. We have to find the value of K, such value of K for which Vy is 0. In actual situation Vy need not be 0, but we have to find this variable value k such that Vy must be 0. It is given to you. Now applying KCL at node 2. Applying KCL at node 2 will be like this. This is your node 2. This is your node 2. So node 2 is connected to the 3 branches. One branch is already having current which is incoming to the node number 2. So incoming current is positive, outgoing current is negative. I have given you this funda. So it will be like Vy in this path, Vy in this path must be equal to this incoming current. So let's have a look on the formation of equation. Vy minus Vx upon 2, Vy minus kVx by 3, incoming current 2. You can also write minus 2 is equal to 0, which is a very simple thing. In next step you have to transfer this minus 2 to the next side of your equality, and it will ultimately become plus 2 like this. From the circuit diagram substitute Vy is equal to 0. From the circuit diagram means this has been given to you along with the statement. With the circuit diagram this has been given to you along with the statement. The statement is we have to find the value of k such that Vy is 0, So this is your supplied value. Put Vy is equal to 0 in all the equations drafted till now. It will be like this: 1.75 Vx minus 0 is equal to 6. So Vx is equal to 6 upon 1.75 is equal to 3.43 volt. By substituting values of Vx and Vy in equation 2, we get minus 3.43 upon 2 minus 3.43 k is equal to 2. Now k is equal to minus 3.43 by 2 minus 2 whole multiplication with 3 upon 3.43. Now solve this. This is k is equal to minus 3.25. So for this value of k, which is minus 3.25, for this value of k, your Vy will be equal to 0. This is all about with this video lecture. I will be coming with next topics, its definitions and worked out examples. Till then, dear students, revise all these questions. First go through these solved examples by seeing on the screen, by listening, and after the video is over, just try to solve by yourself without going to the solutions. By this process only you are going to learn network analysis. Not only you will learn, you will also enjoy while having this kind of process. So just go through whatever solved examples I am giving you on this video step by step. Just note it down on your note copy and try to digest it properly. Once you are done with your video, just try to solve step by step. This is very easy. First write the questions, write given and write what is required. Okay, and just follow the steps I have given to you and avoid simple silly calculative mistakes. You will reach your destination, that is your answer, and hence you will get full marks. This is purely mathematics subject. Okay, I am here to teach you network analysis, and I'll be I'll be enjoying while teaching mathematics also, but this is not the scope of this network analysis subject. So you must have seen that I have not given so much of emphasis on solving the equations, because I know you people are from mathematics background and you can very easily solve those equations. If anybody of you is feeling difficulty, you can ask me how to solve. Dear students, this is all about this video. Keep learning. Till then, thank you so much.